Black Sabbath, and I chose the social justice theme of war. War Pigs was written and released on the Black Sabbath's Paranoid album in 1970. It is an anti-war song that talks about the absurdities of those who make war without regard to powerless people who are sent to die. It was used as a protest song during the Vietnam War, and is still one of the most used protest songs used today, as you can see in my video. The interpretation of the lyrics is pretty simple. It's talking about how power-hungry and greedy politicians start wars and send the poor to fight the wars for them so they can get rich. The first line of the first verse of War Pigs, generals gather at their masses, just like witches at black masses, means that the generals are gathering and preparing for war. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer, death, and destruction means that the generals are plotting to kill each other and thinking of how to do it. In the fields of bodies burning as the war machine keeps turning means that there is so much death, but the war machine continues to move on. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds, means that the leaders hate people but act like they care about them by telling lies. The second verse begins with the line, politicians hide themselves away, they only started the war. It means that politicians start wars but then don't appear until the war is over. Why should they go out to fight? They leave it to the poor. Means that politicians expect the poor and powerless to fight for them while they sit back and watch. Time will tell on their power minds, making war just for fun. Means that they will get theirs in the end and they'll get what they deserve. Treating people just like pawns in chess, wait till their judgment day comes, means that politicians are people with power, order people around, and hurt others, but when their judgment day comes, they will be judged harshly. The third and final verse begins with the line, now in darkness, world stops turning, ashes where their bodies burning, means that the world has ended and the ashes of people are everywhere. No more war pigs have the power, the hand of God has struck the hour, means that God has stopped the world and humanity because of the war pigs. Day of judgment, God is calling, on their knees the war pigs crawling, means that God is ready to judge them, and the war pigs know what they have done and are praying that God will forgive them. Begging mercy for their sins, Satan laughing spreads his wings, means that war pigs are begging for mercy, but God has denied them entrance into heaven, and Satan is taking them to hell. This song is important to me because it is one of my favorite songs by Black Sabbath, and it's a very good anti-war political song. I agree with everything that the song says because politicians do tend to become greedy and power hungry and hurt others just for their own gain as well. I also do not want to go to war and not want to have to fight for a politician who just wants wealth and oil just so he can become rich and powerful.